book baddies, it's Kiriana and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about my most anticipated releases of 2025. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Even though I've been in book communities for over a decade, I still am learning things, and there's some things I just still don't know how to do. And one of those things is finding a complete list of books that will be released in that year. I seem to always come across a list of a specific genre, but not an entire list of every genre. So this year I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna delve into other booktubers and book talkers videos and see if they say anything about books that I may be interested in. And I found a few. So the first book is The Favorites by Lane Fargo. Gonna be honest, I have no idea what this book is about, and I want to keep it that way. It's an author I've never heard of. The book's not been released yet, so obviously no one's talking about it yet, but I haven't even seen anybody who's done an art copy talk about this. But I entered a giveaway. It's on my TBR on Goodreads, and I'm just excited for this one. I think the cover looks intriguing, and we'll see what happens when I read it this year. The next one is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If you have watched my top 10 favorites video, you know that Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor has become my favorite book of all time so far, to be fair. But I am really excited to continue reading other books by Taylor. A lot of people talk about Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and this book I know, again, nothing about. I like to go into books blind, but Taylor wrote it, and I know that she has a very unique storytelling of all of her books, and I'm just really excited to add more books of hers to my collection and see what else she has to offer with her writing style. The next book I'll be talking about is My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I don't think Frederick could release a book that I wouldn't love. Absolutely in love with A Man Called Uwe. Really loved Beartown. I do plan on finishing that series this year. Anxious People is in my TBR, and this cover is so cute, and I just feel like Frederick knows how to write real characters. It is so hard to believe that his stories are fictional. They just touch the deepest parts of your soul, and I'm really excited to add this one to the collection. Then we have Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. Again, a book I know very little about. I believe it's a thriller, and I am really excited for this, mainly because I read a lot of thriller, but most of the thrillers I have read are by Freida McFadden. Now, your girl loves Freida McFadden, okay? She's a fun time. Her stories sometimes are out there, but they're fast-paced. It's just a good time while reading. But I want to be able to delve deeper into the depths of thrillers and see what other authors have to lend to the genre. And this cover just intrigues me, so I'm excited for this one. And the last book, but certainly not least, is Phantom by H.D. Carlton. H.D. Carlton has become one of my favorite authors of all time. I try really hard to keep the genres that I read diverse. I like to read a little bit of everything. And I read a lot of dark romance in the past couple of years. H.D. Carlton is my favorite of that genre. I love smut. I will never deny that. But I like to have a really good story along with my smut. I don't care how dark the smut or how much is in there. As long as the story is great, you're going to keep me there. And I think H.D. Carlton does this really, really well. I have read all of her books except for Where's Molly, which was her latest release, but I do own it, is in my TBR. But if you're somebody who is just constantly thrown off dark romance, you're just not into it, I beg you to try Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. This is a thriller. Yes, there's smut. Yes, it gets a little crazy. But the thriller is the focal point. And it is so well done. And I'm really glad that Does It Hurt was my first introduction into dark romance, because I've read a lot of other books where if that was my first one, I may not have continued the genre. But I'm a dark girl, a dark girl? A dark romance girly, but I also like classics. I also like the thrillers. I like contemporaries, historical fiction. I'm not as big on romance anymore, but some books can really make me feel the feels and just completely break me and make me feel those oh moments. Thank you all so much for sticking around and watching this video. In the comments down below, let me know what books you are most excited about being released this year, if we have any in common, and I will catch you guys in the next video.